Cloud Imperium Games and reached $6.2 million. 103 in mid-2013, with $15 million raised in less than a year. Star Citizen became the most funded crowdfunding project anywhere. 107 in 2014. Guinness World Records listed the sum of $39,680,576 pledged on Star Citizen's website as the largest single amount ever raised via crowdsourcing. 108. During the 2014 Gamescom event on the 15th of August, Chris Roberts announced the crowdfunding campaign had surpassed $50 million. 109. On the 19th of May, 2017, crowdfunding surpassed $150 million. 110. In addition to crowdfunding, funding for the game's development has continued through a variety of in-game transactions and subscriptions. 103, 111, 112. In January 2017, when asked about the financial situation of Star Citizen, Chris Roberts said, "I'm not worried, because even if no money came in, we would have sufficient funds to complete Squadron 42. The revenue from this could in turn be used for the completion of Star Citizen." 113, 114, for contributing to the project's funding. Backers received virtual rewards in the form of TID pledge packages, which include our spaceship and credits to buy additional equipment and to cover initial costs in the virtual economy, like fuel and rental fees. 115. But according to the developers, players will be able to earn all backer rewards in the game itself, with the exception of certain cosmetic items and lifetime insurance, LTI, without having to spend additional money. 116, 117. Funding from backers exceeded $300 million in June 2020. 118. Surpassed $400 million in November 2021. 119, and $500 million in September 2022. 120. The current number of backers is unknown, as it does not equal the advertised count as Star Citizens. 121. Private funding. Billionaire Clive Calder purchased a 10% stake in Cloud Imperium Games for $46 million in December 2018, placing the company at a $460 million valuation, regarding which TechCrunch commented one may very well question the sanity of such a valuation for a company that has not yet shipped an actual product. Chris Roberts, who had stated he wanted to limit the use of crowdsourcing seed funds for marketing purposes, claimed that the private funds would be used for developing marketing campaigns for the project. In addition to the stake, Clive and his son, Keith Calder, gained board seats at Cloud Imperium. 122. In March 2020, additional $17.25 million investment was received, raising total private funding to $63.25 million. 123. Due to United Kingdom law surrounding the purchase, Cloud Imperium Games released financials for parts of the company. The documents revealed that in 5 years of development, from 2012 to 2017, the company had spent $193 million and reserved $14 million. 124, 125. CIG financials for UK in 2020 revealed that he had paid about £1 million in dividends to shareholders. 126. Grey market. In 2014, Eurogama reported that a grey market had arisen from Star Citizen's funding practices, specifically the sale of limited-run ships and the inability for players to sell ships among themselves. Several people began to act as middlemen to process transactions between players wanting to sell or trade ships, which became more prevalent after changes to in-game ship insurance mechanics on newly sold ships. Cloud Imperium Games made changes to the project's gifting system, announcing, in order to eliminate a middleman scam, packages will be giftable only once before they are locked to an account. Middlemen moved around this restriction by primarily dealing with the fiscal side of the transaction and allowing feature parties to exchange their goods. According to the report, Chris Roberts expresses no desire to clamp down on the Star Citizen grey market. 127, 128, reception. Reactions from the press. In a Polygon Opinion article, Charlie Hall compared Star Citizen to No Man's Sky and Elite Dangerous, writing that last time I checked, Star Citizen writ large was a hope wrapped inside a dream buried inside a full layers of controversy, while stating that each game has something different to offer within the space sim genre. 129. PC Gamer writer Luke Winkie also compared Star Citizen to No Man's Sky, describing Star Citizen as the other super ambitious, controversial space sim on the horizon, and indicating that fans of the genre, disappointed in No Man's Sky, were turning to the as yet unfinished Star Citizen, while sometimes expressing concerns should the latter fail to deliver. 130. The game's developers have attracted criticism for continuing to raise funds enthusiastically while failing to meet project deadlines, as well as doubts about technical feasibility and the ability of the developers to finish game. 131, 132, 133. Between September and October 2015. The Escapist magazine wrote a pair of highly controversial articles citing various sources who claimed that the project was in trouble. 134, 135. After Roberts wrote a scathing response to the articles, Cloud Imperium Games threatened the site and its owners with legal action which never materialized. 136, 137, 138. In March 2017, Derek Smart wrote that both parties had settled the matter out of court. The statement from Defy Media reads: in response to your request for comment, I can share that CIG and The Escapist have mutually agreed to delete their comments about each other. We wish each other well and look forward to better relations in 2017. 139. The article later came in third, tied, for an award by the Society of Professional Journalists. 140. In September 2016, Kotaku wrote a 5-part series about the various controversies surrounding the project. 141. One article in the series was related to a long-rumored feud between Smart and Roberts. 142. In December 2016, Star Citizen was the recipient of Wired's 2016 Vaporware Awards. 143. Massively awarded the game its most likely to flop award for both 2016 and 2017. 144, 145. Reactions from the public. Ongoing online disputes exist over the scope of the project's funding, as well as the project's ability to eventually deliver on promises. Some writers have been the subject of email attacks for their coverage of the project. 146. At least one popular YouTube personality was allegedly sent death threats by a fan of the game. 147. Various articles regarding the controversy surrounding the project also focus on both sides of the argument. 148, 149. In July 2015, independent game designer Derek Smart, one of the original early backers of the project in 2012, wrote a blog post in which he claimed that due to the project's increased scope, and lack of adequate technology, that it could never be completed as pitched. 150. Following the publishing of the blog post and widespread news coverage, Cloud Imperium Games refunded him and cancelled his account. 151. 152. In August 2015 via his attorneys, Smart sent a demand letter to Cloud Imperium Games asking for the promised accounting records for backer money, a release date, and a refund option for all backers no longer willing to support the game. 132. 153. CIG's co-founder and general counsel Ortwin Freyamuth characterized Smart's claims as defamatory and entirely without merit. 154. 155. Smart has continued to be critical of the project following his refund. 156. Virtual land claims, a feature that had not yet been implemented in the game, were announced for sale in 2017, which attracted criticism from both the press and the public. Concerns regarding the mechanic's lack of availability and potential pay-to-win advantages were raised. In response, Cloud Imperium Games wrote people that own claim licenses now, during the anniversary sale to support development, and people that earn the money in-game to buy one will be on equal footing assuming they have enough UEC, especially as there will be millions of locations for people to explore and claim within the universe over the lifetime of game. 157. In August 2018, Cloud Imperium Games attempted to monetize the live stream broadcast of the project's annual CitizenCon event, eventually backing down due to online protestations. 158, 159, 160. Later on, there moved a cap on in-game currency, resulting in renewed criticism over the game's pay-to-win mechanics. 161, 162. Legal issues, refunds and policy changes. As early as 2015, some Star Citizen backers began requesting refunds from Cloud Imperium Games. According to Polygon, an internal survey posted on the Star Citizen message boards revealed as many as 25% of the game's backers expressing an interest in a process for getting their money back. The survey received 1,173 responses. Initially, refunds were being processed on a case-by-case basis. 163. On June 10, 2016, the terms of service had been amended to remove a passage regarding refund eligibility. In previous terms of service, backers could procure a refund if the game had not been released within 18 months of its original estimated delivery date. The revision changed the terms to reflect that backers could only procure refunds if the project was abandoned by developers. 164. Exceptions to this change cover backers who spent money prior to the terms change and stated that they would retain the 18-month clause if they pursued a refund. 165. A month later, it was reported that a backer filed a formal complaint to both the Los Angeles County District Attorney and the Los Angeles County Department of Consumer and Business Affairs after his attempts to gain a refund failed following the terms of service change. The backer stated that they had initially been interested in the project for its virtual reality support, which would help them enjoy the game with their disability. Upon postponement of virtual reality support and changes to the terms of service, the backer stated it was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. The DCBA investigator assigned to the case made an arrangement with Cloud Imperium Games to process the $2,550 refund as backer had not downloaded the game client and therefore not accepted the revised terms of service. 166. 167. Additional cases regarding Star Citizen refunds have received attention from the media. A hoax perpetrated by an anonymous Redditor in September 2017 claimed that they had worked over the course of 5 weeks to procure a $45,000 refund was reported by Ars Technica and forced the outlet to retract the story after it was disproven. 168. A few months later, in December, it was reported that a backer had spent almost 3 months requesting a $24,000 refund and had initiated a small claims court case against Cloud Imperium Games. In the same report, a second backer stated they were attempting to receive a $16,700